Hey y'all, so the Lord is leading me to share again about my experience today for the first time of DoorDashing, okay? Because I never DoorDash, just the first time he told me to do it and I'm just doing it. So I gave it a try and I did it, and it started off pretty good. It was going. So like eventually, I was at a point to where I was at a stop, and I was stopping, and then next some orders start to come in, and I start to see the amounts that was coming in, right, for what it was for the drop off or whatever, the order pickup and such. And I was like, and then I ignored it, and then another one came, I ignored it, another one came. And I ignored it, and I was like, I was just off it. It's like at this point my mood was like, no, like, I was already over it. I was like, okay, no, like it was just like my mood was down. And then I started to talk to the Lord, and I was like, Lord, I don't know. I said I don't like this. I said, this is no, or whatever. So I was kind of complaining. I ain't gonna lie, I was complaining. And I said I was done. I said, I'm not doing this. I said, I'm done for the day. I'm not doing this no more. Like, so I ignored those 3 orders. I ain't gonna lie. I think it was 3, but it was 3 or 4. I ignored them, y'all. And then another one came. And then I was like, I looked at it, and again, it was still around the same price that the other ones was. And I was like, okay. I said, this the last one. I said, this the last one, Lord. I said, I'm gonna just do this one, and I'm going home, y'all. So I'm looking at the order details and such. I get there, and once I see it, it has the name on the order, right? The name of the order was Grace, y'all. I said, Lord, I said, this was nobody but you, because all those other orders I ignored, right? I ignored them, and I was like off it. I was really ready to go and be done, but I was still in my car, just parked on my other phone. And then that last one came, and I took it. And the fact that the girl name was Grace, I was like, God, I hear you. I hear you. Okay. I said, I'm sorry. And I said, I'm sorry for complaining and everything. Okay, I trust you. But please, I said, give me grace, because this is, I was just, being honest with how I felt and everything like that. But I felt in a better mood by just seeing that her name was Grace. The last one that I took, her name ended up being Grace. I said, God, you're so funny. I start to laugh. So yeah, y'all, I dropped out the food, and that was that. And again, I was complaining and such, because to me it seemed like, I'm doing this for this. Like, it just was like, this is not what I'm used to, like, doing, like, to get money or anything like that. So it just was like, I was complaining. I ain't gonna lie, I was complaining. And so keep in mind, as I'm, saying these things, I'm also telling him, like, certain things that I know that I need to, pay for, like, that is coming up soon. So I'm like, Lord, I don't know about this. Like, I said, because I got some things that I need to pay for and everything like that. And I was like, I just pray that, you truly, bless me with what I need in the time, for this payment, and such like that, because I know, that's important, and, I need to pay those things. So yeah, I said that, I said a prayer and such, and then, yeah. After all of that, y'all, I go to get me some food, because your girl was hungry. So I was like, let me go get me some food. So I went to Panda Express. As I'm pulling in the parking lot, y'all, tell me why there's a car that says Waymaker. I said, God, you're so good. I said, okay, look, let me stop talking and just, worrying and all that stuff, because I know you're going to do, I know you're going to, I know you're going to help me to do these things and have it ready. So, help me to pay the things that I need to pay for. I know you're going to do that. But, at that time when I was driving and going through it and seeing, what was, being earned and such for the, the drop-offs and such, it's just like, I don't know, like... But the fact that he could confirm to me and say, I got you, don't worry, just by, showing me that license plate of Waymaker, and also that last order that I went ahead and took, although I ignored those, again, 3 to 4 orders in a row, but that last one I went ahead and took, and her name happened to be Grace. Grace also means favor, y'all. So for whoever is going through something that, you're looking at your situation, you're looking at the things that you're doing, and you're, thinking like, this is not going to work, or how is it going to, help me with what I need and such like that in a time frame and such. God is just saying favor, okay? And he is a Waymaker. He's going to provide, y'all. So, give it to him. Don't worry. Don't stress about it. Just continue to follow him and do what he leads you to do. But knowing that he's going to take care of the rest, y'all. Because, again, I know I went from, in high spirits and all those things to when I was looking at, the amount and stuff like that, it started to make me feel some type of way. It started to make me a bit angry, and I started to say it. I was like, Lord, I'm not gonna lie, I'm annoyed, I'm angry right now and such. And, just by, again, that woman's name being Grace, I knew that he was speaking to me. And just by, again, that license plate that said Waymaker, what? Like, come on. And then also when I pulled up in the driveway, y'all, I said, Lord, please let them fill my plate, because your girl is hungry and I want a lot of meat, okay? So I get to the I get to order my food, and I tell them what I want, and I also say, could y'all make sure that I have some chicken breast, because I know y'all usually give a lot of green beans, but I want some chicken breast. And they was like, okay. As I go for it, I get the food. Y'all, I look at the plate. I said, dang. I said, this plate is heavy. Y'all, the plate was heavy. It was so full. I said, okay, they really did give me a lot. And they gave me big chicken breasts. Okay, Panda Express do not be giving me chicken breasts this big, chicken pieces this big. They do not do that. So the fact that I was like seeing these big pieces of meat, and then the plate was extra heavy, y'all, I said, all right, God. All right, Lord. Look, I thanked him, because I knew that was him. That was him. But yes, God is saying, again, you're going to eat, y'all. He has prepared the table for you, okay? Your plate is heavy. It may not look what you think it should be right now. It may not look what you want it to be right now, right? But it's going to be fulfilling, y'all. When he shows up and he delivers this thing, these things to you that you have been waiting and standing in faith for, these things that you're depending on him for to, put his hand on, again, it's going to be fulfilling, y'all. I ate that plate. I still got some leftovers, but it was so much, and it was so fresh and hot, and I was so happy, because I was like, Lord, it's so funny, because I was complaining at times throughout that time, but then I, had to say, please forgive me, but I'm trying, Lord, please give me grace. I said, I know I'm delivering food to Grace, but please give me grace, because I'm trying. And the fact that, he's always there to comfort and, encourage and, confirm, again, that he's going to do it. He's got you. Okay, God just wants you to know that he got you. Okay, don't even worry about it, sis. Give it to him. Continue to follow. Okay, follow him. But knowing that he is preparing the plate, he's preparing the meal for you, y'all. Because that plate that I just got was very heavy. It was very fulfilling. And it was fresh and hot. So, yes, it may look like, things ain't coming together in a way that, you think it should right now, because you know what is coming up and such, but just know that he's going to deliver it. Whatever it is, whatever you're, waiting for him to provide for you, he's going to provide, okay? You're going to receive it. You're going to have it. It's going to be right on time, because he is a way maker, y'all. Again, his word says, with man it's impossible, but with God all things are possible, okay? He can do the impossible, okay? Even if it's the last hour, he can still do it. So don't even, stress about it. Give it to him and continue to focus. And for someone, God is saying as well, don't despise humble beginnings, okay? So you may have started something, you may are, doing it and such, and you feel like it's not enough. Like, you're doing this and that and the third, but it's not enough. You don't feel that it's enough for you. But again, God is saying, more is coming. So just trust him, continue to do it. Whatever he has led you to do, whatever you're doing that still don't appears to be enough, he's going to make it enough, okay? It's going to be more than enough. But, you just got to be, diligent and continue to follow him. Don't give up and start to say, I'm not doing it no more and I'm done, just because it don't look like you want it to look right now, okay? Because that's what I was doing as I was doing. I'm like, I'm not doing this. I'm done. Like I was saying that, I'm done for the night. I'm done. And I end up still doing one more. And again, God still made me smile and uplifted me and comforted me, and also confirmed with me that he's going to provide. So this is just for those who are, trying to put the pieces together with your mind, but you're seeing things and it don't look like it is aligning with what you need. Again, God got it, okay? Okay, so for who this is for, God may have put you in a situation, right, that appears to be, lower than where you were at first, okay? You have, start to do something, but it's less than what you were doing originally. It looks like, you have been, decreased versus, increased. And this is by you going off the physical of what you see right now, what you're receiving right now from this thing that you're doing and such. And you may have been complaining to him. You may have been questioning why you're doing it, or you may have been questioning if you should still do it, wanting to give up or wanting to go and to do something else. But God is saying, do not give up, do not do that. Stay in position, trust him, and, don't go off of what you physically see right now, because again, favor is coming. He's going to uplift you, y'all, as you follow him. He's going to bless you with more. There's going to be more coming from whatever this is, whatever you're doing. There's going to be more. Okay. There's divine blessings that is still attached to this with whatever you're doing. So again, this is for who it's for. So he wants you to know that, trust him. Do not despise humble beginnings, because again, when his hand is on you, that is favor that is attached to you. Okay. So again, he's going to increase you, y'all. But sometimes again, he does, decrease you before he increase you as well. He humbles, and then he exalts. So, you just want to make sure that you're not turning aside from what he has told you to do just because of what you see or what you feel, of you doing it, and what you, were used to doing. Okay. Because again, this is still purpose in what he's doing with you and where he has you right now. So you want to, continue to be positive. Do not overly complain. Okay. That's what he's saying. Do not overly complain. Yes, it's okay to express yourself, tell him how you feel, but continue to, look forward with your head up high and know that he's gonna, provide. He's gonna do what he said no matter what, even if it don't physically look like it right now with what you're doing. Okay. But again, there's divine favor, on your life. So, he just wants you to know he is a way maker, and you don't have to, worry about, what you're doing or where you are right now when it comes to your life, when it comes to, your job, wherever he has you. Okay. There's going to be more coming, but you got to still stay in position and trust him, y'all. Do not try to turn away or say, I'm not doing this no more, or give up on it, or, start to do something else because it don't look, how you want it to look right now. That's what he's saying. So, stay at his feet, continue to, follow him, and do what he has called you to do. Do wherever he has you at, continue to work, continue to be a diligent worker, and again, continue to have faith, knowing that things will change, y'all, because it will. It's not going to be like that. Okay. This is not, forever. It's not going to be forever, y'all. It's just literally in the time being for whatever it is for. Okay. It's purpose regardless. But again, he's just saying, to trust him. Because again, you will receive, a bigger plate. You will receive, a meaty plate. Like I mentioned, that plate was heavy. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't expect all of that. They gave me a lot of noodles too. Like a lot of noodles, a lot of meat, and a lot of green beans. Okay. It was very, fulfilling. It was heavy. It literally was heavy, y'all. So again, this plate is gonna be meaty for you. Okay. You're gonna eat, and you're gonna eat good, but you don't want to give up on what God is preparing for you. Stay in alignment, because again, you will eat and you will enjoy it. Y'all, I was happy. Look, I wasn't even worried about all that stuff I said earlier. I was like, look, okay, God. All right, God, because that was good. But yes, y'all, I hope this, encourages you to continue to stay, believing in what, God has said and what he has you doing right now. Okay. You're not going to be there forever, for long. Trust him, trust the process, knowing that he's going to provide. Divine favor is your portion, is on your life. And yeah, keep going. God is with you. His hand is on you, and he hears you as well. And also, someone was ignoring, the things that God has been sending them because it don't look big. It don't look like a lot. It looks, low than what you usually, have or what you are going for. So again, he is saying, don't push his hand back when he's trying to bless you, because yeah, you may see it and look at it physically like it's little, right? Or, that's lower than what you own or what you want. But again, that thing may come with way more than what you think that you're, gonna get from something else. Okay. So again, the opportunity, just because the numbers don't look like the numbers that you want, right? Or that you would accept right now concerning, considering what you do, or your, or your degree or anything like that, just trust that, again, whatever this is going to come with more. But don't look at it in that way, because it's not physically there in numbers. Because again, God can always increase. Okay. And again, this place will bring you more joy, than some place that can, you know, offer you more, you know, money that will not truly bring you happiness, or is, you know, you're there but you're miserable, you know, you're not happy there but you're just getting the money. Okay, just because you have, you know, higher pay, that doesn't mean that you truly enjoy your job, you know. So again, he knows what's best for you. So if he's, you know, sending you an offer away, do not, you know, push it away by what you physically see, because God can always give the increase in numbers as well, in the money and the pay as well as you start. So, you know, trust him. That's what he's saying, because many people do that. They look at it on the physical. Oh, this too low, this too low. When, you know, if that's where God has purposed you to be, and that's what he wants you to get, he wants you to be there. He is offering you this for a divine reason, for a purpose. Again, you want to take that. You want to take what's from God, not just what you see and you want because it appears to be like more, because that don't mean it's going to be that full package either. So yeah, he just led me to share that as well. So don't ignore God's offering, don't ignore God's, you know, gifts, okay, because his gifts are good. You know, even if you can't see it as so right then and there, okay, you will see it once you receive it and are in it and actually doing it. So okay, he just wants you to know that, again, he has, you know, divine blessings for you. He has, you know, a bunch of favor that is gonna come with this position, whatever he is calling you to do. So, you know, don't give up on him. Don't shun him away. Don't move his hand, you know, because it don't appear to be what you want it to be right now. Trust him, y'all. Take your hands off. Don't worry. You know, continue to trust and believe and have faith, y'all, because he's gonna take care of you. God bless.